Alright, welcome on back to Avowed. Last time we made it to the Emerald Stair. This time I think we're just going to go ahead and head to Fiormes Averno and then start exploring in the surrounding area. Let's see if we get some brain messages here. Nope, none this time. But we immediately have a bunch of errors.
That was fun.
Distracted by them. I doubt there will be much visiting here in the town, but I'm so close to a level up.
They toil, and the earth gives in return. The smile of the harvest.
I'm so close to a level up. I wanna see. I'll either get it now or right when we get into town. Let's see. No, still no side quests. It's been a while since we've got any new ones.
You there! You look like you know where you're going.
Who's talking to me? Once I got a side quest, so not interested.
You're the first. I'll take what I can if the gods don't bless us with a. Really?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see what you got. Got some lockpicks. I'll take all 4. Take all the health potions as well. Okay, so this is the totem. We'll go ahead and just grab that now. We won't be needing it till like the very end though. Ooh, way too expensive for that. Yep, find all the pieces. That'll give us that big upgrade we got last time.
What do you mean that's all you've got? Last week you said there'd be grain.
Oop, our first side quest right here. I don't suppose this is anything. Nope. Shiny. This side quest might just be for right here. Let's see.
Gods, what do I tell Sylvia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it? Ah, finally! Someone who cares about something other than themselves. When they ran away, I saw them following the river north. They're probably hiding up there, waiting to steal from someone else. You come back with my crops, and I'll give you whatever I can. You can't put a price on survival.
That's right. Let's see where it's at, though. Not seeing it at all. Let's see. Food theft. Oh, yeah. Not happening. Not right now. We'll be back. We'll have time to go do all that once we have a lot more. Sure.
Oh, no,
We can
you
get that
don't!
last one from this.
We make a good squad.
Yeah, we did, Kai. Maurice, you'll be off the team as soon as I get anyone else.
I'm not making it up.
You showed up at a bad time.
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way. Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy. Good. Perhaps he will listen to you. I am not fashioned for statecraft. Still, I think the governor is too stubborn to be persuaded even by the Emperor's finest. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests. We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a
It's a
broadside.
quick one.
Does subtle mean something
Pawns.
different outside
Yep.
of Solace?
Yep, here they are. 5 bounties. Well, these up 6 bounties this time.
It's Delimgan.
And I'm guessing they're just all over the place. Yep.
They're not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of
Another one
civilization.
right here. How do I get into the shop right here?
What else to get?
We just grab.
Can I in? Well,
What do you got? Oh, wow. A lot of exceptional stuff, but unfortunately nothing I'm going to be using because it's almost all magic based. Let's see what this side quest is.
oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead. I was calling on the spirits of the recently dead to follow the guidance of Bareth, god of death. I am asking the spirits to forgive us for our negligence and continue on their way without anger. The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry. We cannot take that chance. There are angry spirits, and you know the problems we face. I believe the two are related. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
I had to take the food. The fate of Fjord depends on it. I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead. Of course. I follow a Valian tradition that teaches that the journey back to the cycle is a long and perilous one. Bareth appears as the usher to guide souls into the next life, but those who lose their way risk the ire of the Pallid Knight. We offer food to the recently dead to still their minds and give them something to offer should the knight demand her toll. The recently dead are nearly as alive as you or I. Many don't believe they're dead, and many rebel against Bareth's beckoning. Any peace we can offer only helps them accept their fate and move on to the next life. You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds. I believe it will do exactly that. The spirits will find closure and rest, and the living can move on from this recent tragedy. Be careful, friends. The angry spirits lash out blindly. I cannot predict what awaits you at these graves.
Next time you want to tour graveyards, I'm staying at camp. We should help the living and let the dead rest.
I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
It'll be a long time till then. Let's see, where else do we need to go? Okay, so it looks like just go south, go left. Got another side quest to pick up right there. And then we'll be, this is a very small town. Much smaller than the other one. Check out all the shops while we're here. There's the level up. Let's see. I should have had permanent increases because of my party members. Where'd those go? Okay, maybe they just don't show up here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now they're showing up. I think let's just go more might. My damage is still high, but it can always be a little bit higher. And then for this, let's look. Power attacks with daggers, swords, and do more damage. For this one, the crafting upgrade costs less. Let's just grab that. That's a long-term investment there.
If you're we to put it Giata Castelli anima then
That's great. Let's see what you do have. Treasure map, we'll grab that one. And then ooh, shock damage is pretty good, but I think my current one, yeah, crit damage is gonna be better. Don't need anything else there.
careful or we'll get thrown out
And
of the
it looks like right here it'll be a pub, so I doubt they'll have lockpicks, but we'll check real quick. Oh wow, they do. Okay. Buy all those. Let's see what you got for me, Lieutenant Fidelio.
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been? If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate. Well, I suppose the worst I can do at this point is waste your time. I'm Fidelio, Lieutenant Fidelio Sarat. I lead one of our ranger outfits. At least, for now, it is. We were helping with the recovery effort until we hit a snag. My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here. Brasilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once, but since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to... I think they know each other very well.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Two young Nimdutin wandering out by a
Two
river.
young
Consider them
Nimduts.
found.
Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while.
I won't be going anytime soon, guy.
Well,
Wow. Okay. Some stuff I'm not going to be taking. Yeah. I'm not picking up a single thing here. So I'll get what I can. Can't use any of this, so we'll just sell it all. Perfect. Then let's grab Alias Talon. Might have enough to go ahead and get an upgrade next time I'm at a camp.
Giata, what's the meaning of this?
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike? In that case, you're right on time.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Tempers are high, but I don't see any assassins. Yet.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion. Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure he didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
There may still be time to reverse the damage.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart. Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that? Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giata.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giata Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Mesiverno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giata is an outcast. Perhaps. But I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Mesiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
I believe she's gonna be our third party member, which means Maurice. It's been nice working with you. Before I talk to you,
What did you think would happen when you
I
confronted
hear
me?
glowy stuff.
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you
Yeah.
for showing restraint.
Great, that's about all I wanted from in here.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego. What does he know? He isn't even an animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fiorme Siverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
We will set aside our differences for the greater good, won't we, Giata?
Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days. Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by... I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Miss Iverno. Forever.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be alright. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the Animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast. I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fjord. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter.
Great.
Might want to get
So
extra
I just
rations
want me to
next time
talk
we
to
go shopping.
3 different groups.
Godlike.
Let's see who's closest. This is actually only one in town. To be this one right here.
Like Imperial Envoy, Research Assistant. Who knew?
I thought there was 2 in town, but I guess not. See, yep, that's my journal. Add a journal.
Some.
That's a lot.
I can't let anyone else discover this.
Get some upgrade materials. There they are. And then let's see. It's just a note.
Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned
Oh, that's not the end of the journal.
You're beginning to sound like Giada.
about. Have you ever stopped and listened to her?
I'm sure her mother and
Oh,
father were onto
I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop. Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked. Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source. We can't make something out of nothing. We're still limited by our resources. I could use a large single block of Atra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove. Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgon queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgon in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgon queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
What is all of those? Okay. Delmgon is a plant-like being, and a Kith is just the people. Okay.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go. That Adragon's heart isn't
Okay.
gonna yank itself out.
Figured an Adragon's heart. And then let's see. Okay, so it looks like the other two are probably outside. That's the Adragon heart. But let's see what's in Emerald Stair this way. Okay, that's a different one. And then... Oh, okay, it wants this. It's all the way down here. Okay. While we're here, we'll go ahead and talk to our party members and see if we can upgrade our weapons. Let's start with the upgrading. Neither one. I need more steel and more hardwood. Okay, well... I don't think I need softwood anymore. And all that. I probably don't need iron anymore either. So that lets me do either one. Go ahead and do one in Last Day. One in the Karok's Pride. After that we just need a bunch more. I'm not sold on this one. I know it's +1 con, but I'll hold off on that. And then still cannot upgrade that anymore. Awakened wood. Okay. What do you got for me, Kai?
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valiant Republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood. No doubt. That's why I admire the resolve. Living Landers can be contrarian and combative. That's what sends a lot of us here in the first place. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth.
Agreed.
I'm with you both. And Giada. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Sometimes that just makes it easier.
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Like, What did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that. Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her. I don't know. In my experience, it's always the snake you don't see that bites you. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing the subject. You too.
It's not helpful at all, Marius, and that's why you will be gone as soon as I'm able to get rid of you.
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field. The bars stifle us. We cannot recall when last we spoke. Hollow faces in a line. What has come of this place? A hand of generosity, or a gauntlet of steel? We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals? A new tongue, an unfamiliar name. The harvest grows, the dead rise. What do they hope to achieve? Set what has been broken, soothe the pain. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make? Adir sleeps across the sea. They are not troubled by the laws of Kith. What do you say? The bitter tincture heals. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
Thank you, voice. Let's see, we got B and C down this way. B is pretty close. Wow, A is far. Where was that? Oh, yeah, that's out there, huh? Looks like we will be doing all of these side quests first. That is far.
Why is it somehow worse when the Revenants aren't trying to kill you?
Interesting. Animancy, huh?
A godlike. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day. Beatrice. You know, the one with her viscera on display? As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
We can smell it, too.
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. What am I supposed to do? Just let them decompose? Reanimated corpses are the future of manual labor. Cost-effective, low maintenance, and very friendly. Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong. Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? He's a bigger fool than I thought. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put a poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come. Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So this person reanimated.
Just
Oh,
come out and say that.
Interesting.
And this is why I don't take pets.
So I just gotta kill an undead, huh? Which is like a pet or another person. Door's barred. Oh. Let's see. Oh. Yep, break that. Okay. I gotta get to the other side, kind of go around. Oh, right here, it looks like. And where's... Yep, right there. Oh, poor guy. Poor Silva. Just had to put him down.
Nice work.
Man. It's kind of sad. And it's just a zombie. But it's like a pet zombie. Well, let's report back.
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting? Aha! So the blight got into my revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dream Scourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me, but at least now I have a sense of direction. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. Precisely my point. There is something unique at the heart of this. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giat are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare.
One of the two
Really happens.
animancies we had to talk to. Let's consult with Yvette.
Been sleeping entirely
Down
too
here
well
by the
lately.
I'm remembering why
docks. Let's
people
see.
find this place
I
unsettling.
feel like there should be a side quest wasn't what I was gonna say. I was gonna say a fast travel point. We'll go ahead and pick this up.
Ah, Ado. You've caught me at an unfortunate time. You wouldn't happen to be an animancer. Matiko. I mean, forgive me. It has been a trying week. If I have to chase down one more revenant, I'll lose my mind. I don't know. They just disappear. I wish they would at least come back. Soon I won't have any left. People? People are used to the damned things wandering around. I'm the one who's panicking here. If Elia finds out, I'll never hear the end of it. She wouldn't push her research far enough. She wasn't willing to take risks.
Whatever you all are doing, it's clearly working wonders so far.
And how's that risk-taking working out for you?
You know, maybe there is something. Maybe I know where they went. I've caught them trying to shamble off to the nearby lake before. Revenants aren't very bright. That can't be a coincidence. They must be attracted to something. It could even have power over them. I was hoping you'd say that. Just follow the trail of revenants. I'd look myself, but I don't trust the few subjects I have left. Oh, and if you find something, I'd be grateful if you brought it here. I want to see whether it leads the surviving revenants back. The only way to find out is to experiment.
Create another side quest to do later. That one seems pretty close, though. Oh no, maybe not. It seems like just a lot of them are over here on this left side.
This place could use a broom or two. Maybe a team of cars.
Really? No fast travel over here. Huh? I guess there's one right there. Let's run on down to the dock. See what this person's got for me. Steal some lockpicks. That's all I need. And another. There's the fast travel I was looking for. And we've made it to the docks.
The great mystery is, our godlike blessings
There's something.
first. The gods are silent.
Oh, it's under here, yep.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Oh, well, I gotta figure out how to get back up there. Yeah, oh, okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, we've made it this far. It looks like this animancy method is going to be a pretty long quest since it's going to take me all the way over here. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and call it here, and we will continue by talking to Remy and Yvette next time. I'll see you then.
Did you hear